All right, mates, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. Getting ready to get out there again today. I want to do a quick video here about some spring bait jerkbait fishing, okay? And some jerkbaits that I've been throwing out lately here in the spring in the Mid-Atlantic. Do me a favor, make sure you check out Phantom Outdoors. They got a sale going on. Also, check out Rugged Road, as well as pick yourself up some P-line. And check out Broken Twig, okay? I love the landing net from Broken Twig. They come, if you're into hockey, I live in the DC area. If you're into hockey, sorry about my Caps. It happens. Struggles in the playoffs. Got to tell you. But if you're into hockey, man, they reconstitute hockey sticks into landing nets. It's awesome. Give Chris a shout. Find him on Instagram or on Facebook. We're going to talk jerkbaits, okay? So much. A lot of people put them down. A lot of people give them up in the spring. I don't know why. I don't know why. Interesting story. Was out on the water the other day and was doing pretty well, okay? Throwing the jerkbait. Came across another mate out on the water. He was throwing a crankbait. Was not having success, okay? He was further closer to the bank, but not having any success. He recognized the fact that I was catching, okay? And you know what inevitably happens when that happens. Usually boats gravitate to other boats that are catching, or will gravitate over to kayaks that are catching, okay? That's just human nature. I don't think it has anything to do with the water. But anyway, so, hey, look, it is all about education on this channel. It is all about helping people. It is all about, you know, helping people catch more fish. That's really what it's all about. And so, you know, I talked to him for like a minute or two. You know, I was just telling him, like, he was watching me. He kind of just made an observation on never seeing, you know, a technique that I was using. And so let me explain it to you really quickly. It's a tip for those people that are maybe getting new into kayaking. Okay, take a lesson from me. Okay, when you move from the back of the boat or the front of the boat or kayak, boat or co-angler, and you transition to a kayak for whatever, for the weekend, your vacation, or maybe you're going to buy a kayak and you're going to compete in the kayak tournament or whatever that is. Understand that you have to fundamentally rethink everything that you're doing. Okay? And I don't know if very many people actually say that and explain that to people, that it's completely different. Remember, casting efficiencies, bait placement, all of these things involve what we all hate. Math, okay? Trajectory, physics. Like, I hate that junk, okay? But inevitably, that's what it is. Angles, speed, rates of change in the water column, everything that you're doing is really math, okay? And most people like me hate math, okay? But once you understand that, look, you're going from the back of a boat, on the top of a bass boat, into a kayak, lower to the water, okay? Fundamentally, okay? And you're casting, okay? Your height, your rod tip, all of that is higher from a boat than from a kayak, right? Obviously. Kayaking has its great strengths in the sense you can get places, you can skip places, you can get places, get a little along the water column, right? Because you can't do that necessarily in a boat, right? So there's advantages to pros and cons to both a boat and kayak. But what I've noticed, and this is a tip for me, it's been my experience. If you've had a different experience, please comment or send me a message, is I saw a significant drop in my jerkbait catch rates out of a kayak than a boat. And it took me a couple weeks to understand that it was because I had to adapt my technique, but also my equipment. I had to upgrade rod length, okay? By upgrading rod length from the kayak when I'm fishing the jerkbait, so I had to put an extra rod on setup on the kayak, okay? That I normally wouldn't put out there in the kayak, because I'm not one of those guys who likes to take 6, 8, 10 rods, okay? I just don't. I know I'm only going to use 2. It's like baits, right? I'm not going to take 100 baits out in the water, okay? Because I know I'm not going to use 95 of them. And you have to know that about yourself. One, it limits your weight. it limits everything if you're in a kayak. I mean, to just go light. I call it like Sunday. If you're a golfer, I call it the Sunday day bag. You know, the walking bag on Sunday when you can't get carts, okay, and you're playing golf. You don't take all your clubs, okay? You take a limited number of clubs. Decreases the weight because you're walking it for 18 holes, right? Same as in a kayak, okay? You don't need to take 10, 12 rods when you know you're not going to use them, okay? Everyone I've talked to will use maybe like 2 or 3 setups, okay? So that's just, again, it's your weight. If you're pedal driving or you're paddling, that's more weight that you're taking care of, okay? So increase your rod length if you're going to jerkbait fish, okay? And then I saw my catch rates get back, okay? Because a little bit more casting efficiency, depending on what jerkbait you're using, you're lower to the water, the angles from your rod coming off, and all that stuff. Okay, so that's just the other two. And then I adjusted from a R3P to an R2P. Okay, what does that mean? It means I have adjusted from a rip, 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 pause, rip, 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 pause, okay, from the back of the boat using a jerkbait to a rip, rip, pause, rip, rip, pause, rip, rip, pause from a kayak. Boom. Catch rates back up. Same body of water. Been fishing the same body of water because I know they love the jerkbait on this particular body of water in Western Maryland. Okay, and the other side of it is flash. Okay, your angle when you're in a kayak is different than the angle line tip to bait, okay, in a bass boat. Sun reflects through the water column, bounces off your jerkbait, flash. Re-range, 110, one of the most popular, if not the most popular, okay? Right? I love that chartreuse color on that. So, I'm doing some custom jerkbait paintings actually now. It's a primary color. The only thing I don't like about, first of all, about Jackal, again, change the hooks out. I don't like the custom hooks. Or I'm sorry, I don't like the serial hooks used, okay? Because I have lost considerably more amount of fish, but I've gotten a lot of hookups because of the flash. It's like a hologram pattern. So you got 4 feet, 110s, most popular. You've got Vision 110s, same thing, expensive. Okay, again, value proposition. All right. Some people won't touch jerkbaits because they're expensive. Okay, so it's like people who won't buy balsa wood crankbaits because they're 25 bucks a piece. The MR re-range, okay, 8 feet. All right. See the lift difference between these two? Kind of the build difference? Look at that. Okay. Quick tip on the build. Okay. Got some Willamette custom, Willamette Weapon Lures custom jerkbaits right here. Okay. Okay. I'm 3 for 4. Okay. So I've caught fish, smallmouth and largemouth, 3 of these. Okay. I'm still waiting on this one right here. But I've only thrown it probably like 20 times, okay? So, you know, I'm going to give her a little bit of a break, okay? But I got the rainbow trout pattern, okay? Highly effective if you have rainbow trout as potential forage for any other species in your lake or in your river, okay? Not sure what Brian Chapman, Willamette Weapon Lures on Instagram. You can check him out. Not sure what this pattern is called, but I'm going to tell you right now, buy it. Just take my word for it. Buy it. Phenomenal. Higher light conditions, mid-morning, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Boom. I don't know what it is. Okay? Just phenomenal. They love this one. Okay? And then you cannot go bad again, and you will not find on your big box aisle very much patterns and jerkbaits in your forage species. That's perch. Look at that. Unbelievable. Okay? Love the chartreuse color. Love the differentiation in the green. Reflecting in the water column. Has some flash to it. Another point. When you're dealing with a custom bait maker, one of the things you want to ask is about the epoxy. Especially with jerkbaits. These are hologram. Okay? You don't want to see through that bait, right? See the ball bearings and all that. Okay? It's a more hologram look. Any kind of custom crankbait or jerkbait is usually sealed with an epoxy. I like True Coat's prime example. Okay? You want to ask for a high-grade epoxy on your jerkbaits because of the flash, okay? Look, this isn't even in the water, and you can still see some flash just right here in the light, right? As I change the direction, okay? You want to do that, all right? Another important aspect for jerkbait fishing, again, fish, shallow, okay? Males came up, females behind the males, transition points to shallow, to bed, off the beds, back out. During that, you've also got shad spawn. You've got river herring spawn. You got blueback herring spawn, forming bait balls. You are going to attract strikes simply by the action of getting one strike. I cannot tell you how many times that I'm either going to catch nothing, okay, catch nothing on the jerkbait, or I'm going to catch 5, okay, because they're together. They're suspended together, okay? And so one sees another one create movement in the water column. That triggers another one and another one. So a lot of times you will upgrade, okay, when you're jerkbait fishing. When that bite's on, that bite is on. In terms of treble hooks, you can change them out, 4s, 5s, 6s. You can also use 2 different size treble hooks on your jerkbaits, which is highly effective. Again, jerkbaits are about the roll and the flash. That added weight, the change, affects the balance a little bit, just enough to give you a little different roll in the water column. The other aspect you want to look at is the longer the bill, okay, on a jerkbait. You don't want to be ripping longer. It's not a rip. It's a rip. It's not a rip. That's like crankbait fishing, okay? And this will actually dive it, and you will not get the action that you're looking for or the flash from the jerkbait. All right, mates, I'm heading out, all right? And I'll do a recap, hopefully catch some fish, and we're going to see what's happening here. We've got the weather's in the upper 70s. Floods coming back down, flood levels on the river, so we're going to hit the lakes up, and we're going to be back at it again tomorrow and back at it again on Saturday because it's springtime bass season. All right.